So even though the election is over, and this is one thing that we try to get through to people, that politics is not just about a presidential election, because no matter who's in office, because Biden is in office still, Trump is about to be take over in about 10 days, and it doesn't even matter which one of them is like the president, because what happens on your local level, but this is also a federal issue too. But my point is, what happens to you locally really has, I'm not gonna say very little to do with the president, but you get more done when you're dealing with like local politicians and state governments and things like that. They're the ones who dictate a lot of stuff. But anyway, we're gonna get into this story right here because this is crazy. And they wonder why these Democrats, especially not now, the Democratic Party, wondering why financial Black Americans are starting to not really can't stand y'all too much. More and more of us are like, man, forget the Democrats. I ain't saying I'm going Republican, but it can't, to have allegiance to a party is crazy. Is like, it's silly, because once people think they own you, they treat you any kind of way. But anyway, let's go to this story. This is from yahoo.com by way of the New York Post. And it says LI County, which is Long Island County, told to pay $60 million to illegal immigrants for detaining them at federal government's request, says officials. Let's get into this. Who is this guy here? Federal ruling says, who's this guy? It's a judge. Just look at this guy's picture, which I remember this. So I'm going to have to come back up here, show his face again. It says Suffolk County taxpayers could be on the hook for $60 million in a migrant class action lawsuit for holding on to illegal immigrants until the feds could show up and ship them out of the country, officials said Wednesday. So based on this, the taxpayers are going to have to pay non-citizens and their lawyers money because they were held by being illegal immigrants. So citizens are going to have to pay for non-citizens to be detained? No, not just pay, give them money. Wow. A federal judge ruled that the sheriff's office in Long Island County acted on its own when it held undocumented immigrants for deportation proceedings because New York state law doesn't allow local cops to do so. This is the whole sanctuary city issue. They would rather illegal immigrants run the streets, roam the streets, homeless. This thing about, I don't give a damn if they're illegal or legal. Citizens or non-citizens. People are people. You put people up against a corner. You make it to where they either roaming the streets, ain't got a job, can't make money, or even they are detained. But if you leave them out there roaming the streets, even the best of us are going to find a way to put food in our bellies and take care of ourselves and our families. Period, point blank. No matter if we did, no matter if the reason that we got to this situation was legal, ethical, or neither, or the opposite. Human nature is going to be like, hell, if I'm a good citizen, I'm going to have to do something drastic or maybe something bad to put food in our bellies. And if I'm a bad person, I'm going to have to do the same thing. So but they would rather for these, immigrants to run the streets, can't be detained, roam the streets, and then once ICE gets here, now if ICE find them, that's fine. But we can't, the city, the county sheriffs can't hold them because it's against our, what you call it, sanctuary city laws. So they'll roam the streets, commit all these crimes that we're seeing on the news now, robbing people, deleting people, assaulting people. But it's okay because it's against the law to hold them. But the county was doing what's best for their citizens. And now, what they say, no good deed goes unpunished. Lord mercy. Adding insult to injury, the judge says the feds won't have to chip in to pay off the hefty ruling. And the feds are the ones who let the migrants in. And y'all wonder why Kamala Harris did not get voted in as president because them feds are messing up the local. The federal government is tying the hands of the local government, but then when the local government is asking the federal government for assistance or saying, be about your business, be about your word, the federal government is like, nah, you on your own. So now, like I say, it's the local government who's more inclined to protect its citizens than the federal government, so it seems. This is why we say get involved in local politics. Oh, that's a powder head fruit. Even though they're the ones who wanted the migrants held in the first place. What the hell? This quote, this is one of those things that makes me shake my head. Suffolk County Executive Ed Romaine, this man here, said at a press conference Wednesday, we have a lot of ways to spend $60 million, but it's not paying back illegal immigrants, many of whom are here on criminal charges for violating our laws. Right, they're here illegal. That's the law. That's breaking the law. Why you got to pay them for? And I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, we got $60 million. You can use that money to for the homeless. Kind of be careful what you say. Because if you actually look at statistics, the homeless rates have went up a lot over the last 4 years. You know why? Illegal migrants and came over a lot. So be careful because a lot of your homeless are people who actually aren't citizens, but it's still a lot of American citizens. Now, if you can say, hey, we got a lot of homeless citizens in this country or in this county, homeless citizens that need our help, you can use that money for them. And the homeless people that are not citizens, detain them some guns so they can, have a warm in the building, in some shelter, get a nice cold sandwich, get a nice meal, some heat, a blanket until ICE come picks them up. So they won't have to be on the street. You feel what I'm saying? Taxpayers are liable for honoring immigration and customs enforcement ICE who asked us to detain prisoners who were here unlawfully in the United States, Romaine said. I lost something. Here we go. We honored the request of ICE and Homeland Security to detain these prisoners so they can be processed and I assume be deported by ICE, the county executive said. We are now being sued for detaining them at the request of the federal government. Filed in 2017 in the name of 2 migrants, but representing a class of hundreds. The suit also the suit sought damages because the plaintiffs were held by Suffolk County until federal immigration agents could show up and take them into custody for civil deportation proceedings. In his 36-page ruling Thursday, U.S. District Judge William Kuntz said the county violated the constitutional rights of the migrants because state law didn't authorize the sheriff to hold them. New York itself has state law. Why is you can't have it like for citizens? Like if somebody in the county arrests me and hold me, like what you call it? Let's say I'm in a different. Say I live in Dallas County, but and I got warrants in Harris County, and I get detained in Dallas County, and I'm driving, and the freaking state trooper or the sheriff picks me up. Now, state troopers, they can look at your records all over the state. I'm not sure if the county can. I know the city really can't unless they like look deep. But then they're not gonna try to deport you or nothing like that or transport you to another county. But them damn state troopers will, like for real. And yeah, and them SWATs will come get you. But let's say you get held in Dallas. Say I get held in Dallas County until Harris County come pick me up as a citizen. Should I get paid for that? For holding me? Because just for whatever reason, I don't know what law is in the books, but damn, should I get held for that? I don't make. Should I get paid for being held because I committed a crime and now they're finna deport me to where I need to go to get processed? Say New York itself has stated that the federal cooperation provision does not apply here and would in fact be inconsistent with state law. Kuntz wrote, whether a local law enforcement agency assists ICE in the apprehension of aliens pursuant to the Immigration and National Act is voluntary. The statute itself only contemplates such assistance where it is consistent with state and local law, the judge wrote. Whereas here, the law of the state prohibits the conduct that the cooperation subsection contemplates. That subsection cannot reasonably be interpreted as applied. I hate legal talk. I really do. I don't understand. I don't be understanding half that stuff. Coons added that the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office was acting without the federal statutory authority. Okay, that's basic. I guess that's hitting a nutshell. They just wasn't acting in federal authority. In the brief file, that's why we got to get our black kids, hey, in the law. Lawyer, they say, man, you got enough lawyers, you got enough doctors. She ain't never got enough lawyers. Not that represent us. We got plenty of them that represent illegal migrants and women in divorce proceedings and traffic accidents. But yeah, we ain't got enough lawyers to represent black folk as a whole. In a brief filed on behalf of the migrants in the lawsuit in April, State Attorney General Letitia James, wrote that detaining an immigrant for deportation is unauthorized by state law. That's why you need to get in there and change that law. This is some kind of stuff. This is stuff that the citizens need to vote on or be able to vote on. If not, you just vote them people out until they come around to you, because your taxpayers, your tax dollars are paying their salaries and they work for the citizens, not the other way around. Contrary to the contention of the defendants, and the United States federal law does not independently authorize state or local officers to make the civil immigration arrest at issue here, she wrote. In the statement Wednesday, lawyers for the immigrants in the class action suit said the Fed should also be on the hook for the ruling in the case, not just the county. The federal defendants were earlier voluntarily dismissed without prejudice, and the current decision has nothing whatsoever to do with whether their conduct is legal or not. It should, because if you commit a crime, a felony, and you go to prison, your right to vote, your right to bear arms, hell, damn near your right to get a job is revoked. I mean, let's be honest. So why shouldn't it? So why does it not have something to do with being arrested or the law or whatever? Hell, that's what it got everything to do with. Half the people can't even probably sue nobody who's in prison right now. But this is like disheartening, because we got a lot of foundational Black Americans or descendants of freedmen who have been hollering for reparations forever. And all we do ever get is a study. But yet, here's also the thing. Johnny Cochran is dead. And unfortunately, we don't have a Johnny Cochran anymore, because they said Johnny Cochran was getting ready to file a federal lawsuit for reparations. And then somehow he passed away. Illegal migrants, as I was saying, got more representation legally as a whole than we do. Now, we'll have Ben Crump and what's the other guy? Can't think of another guy, whatever his name is. You have a couple of guys, Al Sharpton, that fraud devil. Anyway, but Ben Crump is a lawyer. You'll have people like Ben Crump who will, what you call ambulance chase on cases where racism is involved, and he can get a settlement and then he looks big. But we don't have nobody, but he's riding like a wave on something. These people actually just filed a suit and it is taken off. And so it looks like Long Island, Suffolk County, whatever, may have to pay a bill. We don't have anybody like that to say, hey, this is what Black people as a whole deserve and should get in this country based on known facts. Because you can do it. I feel, I don't know too much about the law, but I would feel that you could do a civil suit and probably win. You can't do really a criminal suit, because civil suits, all you got to do is like you can come with circumstantial evidence, and people have won cases off of circumstantial evidence. So you can have circumstantial evidence as in there's a big a nationwide proof that Black folks' houses have been appraised for less than white people houses, and pretty much in the same neighborhood for tens of thousands, maybe 100,000 less. You can prove that, regardless. You can prove intent. I mean, you ain't got to prove intent. You can just, hey, it's done and it's ill. You know what I'm saying? And it's hurting our peoples. You can file a suit in that. You can file a suit, civil suit about like insurance rates going up in certain neighborhoods, certain zip codes. And that is, it's prejudice and bigotry or what have you. But there are things you can file suits, I feel, civilly in order to and take it to the courts and probably win. The problem is we just don't have the legal representation like that, which is why I always say, man, we have to know the law. Number one in this country, in order to play this game and know how to work this game, you tell me how in the hell illegal migrants who don't even live here know more about the law than we do. And we've been here for what, 400-500 years? How's that possible? So I try to look at stuff more and more now than I did when I was younger. Younger, I was more about the pro-black this, pro-black this, pro-black that. This is wrong. We need to fight for this, fight for that. But the problem is, do we know how to fight? We don't know how to fight. And until we actually know how to fight, it's like getting to a boxing ring. Everybody can say Mike Tyson. I wouldn't. No. But anyway, not now. But it's like getting to a ring of Mike Tyson, even Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather. Getting into the ring with them after they had 30 fights in their career, and you get in and you just been sparring for like, I don't know, had 20 sparring fights, then I had 30 professional fights. And you're like, it's not fair, that this is not right, that I can't fight Mike Tyson or I can't fight Floyd Mayweather. But you don't know how. Because if you get in there, they're going to kill you. They're going to embarrass you and they're going to kill you in that ring. So what you got to do is find somebody who can train you to fight like them and then get you some professional fights. Get with some people who's up there in the professional ranks training folks that can really help you get to where you need to get a championship. I mean, getting a heavyweight title or a title fight. You understand what I'm saying? Our problem is we don't have nobody like that to represent us. We still here in the amateur leagues after all these years, but yet you got these Hispanic or just illegal migrants. They have people that's in those circles, in those professional circles, ready to sue for them, ready to help their people in a way, shape, or form. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Like I say, hey, I think it's throwed off, it's toe up. Hey, but we need more representation. That's why I say, hey, we got to get to know tax laws, just laws in general, because a lot of time it's family law, just law, period. Because it's a lot of things that we don't know that screws us. I done talked about like child support laws and things that I was told when I was on child support that helped me out a lot to make the process as smooth as possible. That if I didn't even know like one or two little things, it could have ruined me. It could have put me back. And it's unfair because I've been a part of my kids' life before they was born every day. Never stop and never will stop, period. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. If you'd like to support us financially, you can get super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box or the links there you can click on to help support us there. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.